please continue do the readings and begin from here? Just now you stop here, huh? My Wi-Fi disconnect, okay? Can you please continue reading by practicing here?
By practicing according to the Buddha Dharma, they can receive happiness in the present and rewards in the future. Under certain circumstances, it is all right to suffer and sacrifice a little in the present in order to have future blessing and happiness. Having happiness in the present and in the future is the ideal, but if there is no alternative, suffering now and having happiness in the future is acceptable. Those who enjoy the present but think they will experience future suffering or make themselves suffer needlessly now, thinking that it will bring future happiness, but instead experience boundless suffering in the future, have gone wrong and are engaged in deviant practices that do not belong to the Tathagata true Dharma. People of the lower grade who resolve to attain better fortune and happiness as humans and divine beings will, even if they practice the Dharma to live the cycle of birth and death, only receive the reward of becoming a human or divine being. But one who has made such a vow and then does various evil deeds that have a strong karmic force will travel the three evil destinies and certainly will not move outward. Despite all the progress, they will transmigrate within the three realms and will not be able to reach the ultimate. For example, those born in the heavens go from the realm of desire to the realm of form, then from the realm of form to the formless realm, and eventually to the heaven of neither perception nor non-perception, where they cannot move higher. When that karmic force comes to an end, they start to fall back down.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, raise hand by Zoom if you finish, please. Okay, thank you so much, class. Okay, class, basically, I mean, in Buddhism, we got three types of people with the different intentions by practice the Buddhism. So number first one is the lower grade, meaning to say that the lower grade type people, they aim to come back as a human or the deva. Well, I remember I was once, I went back to the hometown and I met my relative. And coincidentally, my relative mentioned to me that he can make a good survivor after trying to sell more firecracker and also the contraband illegally. Of course, as a monk, so I will encourage him. I said, "Oh no, you should try, I mean, to make a good. You should make your end mats, in a legal way. It's supposed to be like that, so you won't get frightening, to the police, because I mean maybe one day you'll be got caught, right? And also you should show a good example to your children, okay? But later long conversation with him, so my conclusion is, okay, you just keep on, but maybe you have to do more merit, so what can I say that I noticed that, okay, why do I say so? And I say, if it's possible, please go to do more dana and make a vow that in the next life you can make your end meets with the legally. He is about the age. Why I say so? Why do I say so? Because the age is about 40 something. I maybe just 2 years older than him, you see. According to his elaboration, he say, he start working at about 20 years old. He start working about 15 years old, you see. You see, for every year, okay, his family try to invest to him to run the business, but all fail. Almost the whole, more than a quarter, two-thirds, half of the asset of the family, all gone. I mean, for him to run the business. So finally, for I don't know why, for the first 10 to 20 years, he just keep on lose out all the money. So later on, he start to work for other people. For the first 10 years, then later on, once he try to make to do some job, but don't know why the job cannot prolong, you see. Cannot prolong, and basically just can earn a little bit to survive only. Okay, and he got many children. Okay, so until recently, he can save some money. Why? Because by selling the contraband and the firecracker illegally, you see. So he firstly experienced that, wow, it is so great. I can save some money, for just recent year. By all the illegal activity, and he feels so good because I can have some extra money that I can buy computer to my son, and I can go for travel, and I have never experienced all this before for the past 20 years, according to his elaboration, you see. So I noticed that now. I said, you don't have good merit. I said, your merit is really not good enough. Please do more dana, because of the way I see, like you all in front of me, you all can meet and met legally and have more extra income or for the saving in the future, and also have more, and also have extra income. I mean, maybe to buy whatever stuff and do the traveling. But somehow for certain people, they really cannot. Oh, I understand why. Sometimes I mean, this type of people is more common. Many people, they like this example. He doesn't have enough wealth, you see. But besides this, some lady also, they just burn, I mean, they don't look beautiful, you see. So some, I think, what is their wow? Maybe they say, if possible, next life, I hope I can become a beautiful woman, you see. So that's why now, I mean, mostly all the Korean women, they all look same, right? It's very beautiful, but all look same, you see. Why? Because everybody go for cosmetic. I mean, go for the surgical, right? They go for the surgical, you see. So all look beautiful, but all are same, you see. It's not natural, you see. We need to say that the urge to have a beauty is in the bottom of their heart. So for them, maybe next life they hopefully that they can more beautiful. So this type of you're looking for the future health. I mean, more beautiful. Okay, the beautification, future beautification for wealthy. All these are more healthy people. Some people, they are just don't know, somehow it's quite sick since they're born, you see. So some they say, oh, if I got the next life, I hope I can have a healthy body, you see. So all these if let's say they start to do the practice, and they always transfer the merit that, oh, I hope next life I can become a better human, or maybe next life I can have a higher position. All this we are considered as a lower grade, but it's still acceptable in Buddhism. And I found that this is more common. Like in morning, I go to the pasar alam dama, you know, in the pasar, I mean, in the weekends too, I'm able to see two sections. One section is inside the store, under roof. One other section is on the roadside, you see. You know, do you know that actually the section which is at the roadside, are illegal, you know. So meaning to say that they are quite frightened once DBKL come to catch them and find them and confiscate all the items, you see. So I'm quite familiar with them already because I go to Pasar recently. So I asked them, why don't you go to apply a license? He said, quite hard. Why? Because once they try to apply the license, actually inside the pasar, under the roof one, legal one, all have been applied already. And here, the crowd is not here. Ampang Pasar, they got crowd in Ampang Pasar. But there's no opportunity for me to get a license already, you see. So he said, I'm been like that for 20 years already, you know. So TBKL come, I just hide again. Then I travel to other pasar or the next day. So my conclusion that also this type of people, the merit not enough. So they end up always in the hide and seek with the legal government, with the government. Yeah, they can survive the money. Like the example I could, he can only save some money by running the illegal thing. If do all the thing properly, they can't save the money, or they can't have any extra money. So pitiful they are, you see. So this type of people, we call it as a lower grade. They are really lack of the merit. So if for this case, don't ask them, oh, you should cultivate for liberation or Buddhahood. No way. I don't think it is what they need. So for this type of people, lower grade is the best for them. Okay. Anybody, do you discover anybody surrounding you is this type of people? They really cannot have enough money, not good, healthy. Next life, just want to be better human only. Do you have any example? The people around you? Kamling got lah. Yongsin also got. Okay. Kamling. So what the people needs actually? The people who is around you?
My eldest brother, he not really. His wife work lah. He doesn't much work. He wake up late. His construction last time. So wake up late 10, 12 o'clock only go to the site there and look last time lah.
Yeah. So what he hope for better in what aspect?
Not really. He doesn't look forward for anything.
More money lah.
Not so also. Last time he used to borrow from us also.
Oh, I see.
Then now like life is like just come down go lah.
Just without target. Okay, and they will wish next time can become a better human with a better opportunity, something like that lah, right? You mean?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. How about Yongsin? What is the people you mentioned? What is his hope?
A friend that I met in India, so during traveling.
Hey, I can't hear properly. Can you louder a little bit?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a friend that I met in India when he traveled. So I think during the COVID times hit, right? He lost his job and I think has been in survival mode.
Oh, so you mean he will hope that next time have better job, something like that,
I think have enough money to buy a house, get married.
That's what they hope. This is what they wish mostly.
Yes.
You see, so this is all because lower grade people, which is acceptable. It seems, that is the case. It's more common. Okay, so always remember, if we met this type of people, we can ask them, maybe they should chant some medicine Buddha. Medicine Buddha is to fulfill your present needs. not Amitabha. Amitabha is go to Western purely for the die people. Not Amitabha, not suit them. For the medicine Buddha. Why medicine Buddha is so common and popular? The reason is medicine Buddha can fulfill the people's needs. And also Guan Yin. I think Guan Yin also quite common for the Oriental. The reason is Guan Yin can fulfill all your present needs, which is people hope for mostly. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, so this is what I mentioned here. But anyway, because but for this lower grade, there's quite two subgroup. One become human again. Another one is hope to reborn as a deva. But for the people we mentioned, they seldom want to be reborn as a deva. But for those who have the religion's belief, some they will aim to reborn as a deva. But as a deva, they got so many grades. Can be the jhana deva. It can be formless deva. So it depends on the perception, then where they want to be reborn. Why some they prefer to be reborn as a deva? It's due to many reasons, you see. So let me play one video clip to you and let you see why people they prefer to reborn as a deva. Okay, please enjoy the video clip. Okay, then you will understand better. Wait, let me try to get the video to you. Let you have a look.
穿着哪一件服装，肤色都是那么的好奇，看起来是更丰润。看这件非常精致漂亮，无与伦比，真适合主人的身份与地位。你们真会赞美我，其实我的地位还非常卑微。若是与其他高级天男天女相比，他们的功德胜过我千百倍。你们为我穿上了服装，名为天水精品，那只是来自我所修的小功德而已。我的主人，您到底修了什么功德，才得到这么精致美妙的服装呢？令主人的身光更亮丽，如黎明之星一般。在我生而为人时，我经常向四方的僧众供养饮食与饮用水。此功德使我获此天水精品服装，且出现在我的天宫里，为我所拥有。你们看，我的发髻镶满了七彩缤纷的钻石金水瓶，钻石水不断地从瓶口溢出来，光辉灿烂，闪耀夺目，犹如我倒出来供养比丘们的饮水一般。头冠镶满了无数光彩耀眼的钻石水滴， 在这些光辉灿烂的钻石当中，有一颗闪亮无比的透明钻石水滴。你们看到功德的利益了吗？在我的天宫里，还有许多其他的财宝，这都是我以虔诚且发喜的心，在佛教里修功德的善果。
Yeah, let's applause to the production of the Dharmakaya. So this video clip is produced by Dharmakaya from Thailand, in Thailand. So they just mentioned, they told us that by doing the merit of the dana, so for certain people, they will be born as a deva with a beautiful dress, you see. So this is the dana. And you see, as a deva, in the sensual deva, they are sparkling all the time, they enjoy all the time, free from sickness, and always with a sufficient of the clothes, beautiful clothes, and with a beautiful body without any odor. So this is somehow, this is reason why some people, they wish to reborn as a deva, you see. Okay, so this is the lower grade. Now we go to the second grade. Okay, yes, Kamling, your turn to read, please. When one
profoundly understands this, when one feels that the three realms are not safe, they are like a house on fire, one resolves to leave the three realms cycle of birth and death. Such is the resolve of people of the middle grade. If one can have such a resolution and practice the Dharma that transcends the world, then one can be free from birth and death and enjoy the bliss of liberation in Nirvana. Obtained by leaving behind all afflictions, the bliss of liberation is completely different from the worldly happiness, which can turn into sorrows. It is completely free from the transmigratory cycle of birth and death, and is thus superior to the rewards obtained by the lower people. Between this middle stage, there are also two subgroups, the Saravaka vehicle and the Prayika Buddha vehicle. Together, they are called the two vehicles. In general, the resolutions and result of these two vehicles are similar. As explained above, anyone who vows only to leave the three realms will at most attain the fruit of the small vehicle, even if he or she practices the superior dharma of the great vehicle. On the other hand, if one vows to leave the three realms but does not practice the corresponding deeds or does evil deeds that do not accord with the dharma, then one will not even get the good reward of becoming a human or heavenly being, for the force of one's karma will be stronger than the power of one's resolution. The middle grade people vow to leave the three realms. Although it is said to be ultimate, it is not lofty enough. Their situation can be compared to the passenger of a sinking ship who end up in the water. One who swims fiercely to the shore and then, without concern for fellow passengers still in the water, comfortably lies down to rest. Such a person, though out of the danger, is certainly incomplete as far as human virtues are concerned. Some people want not only to benefit themselves by attaining liberation, but also to combine their self-help with help for others, and their own benefit with benefit for others. They hope to reach the other shore along with all sentient beings. But how can one achieve this? Only the Buddha can accomplish this great vow. Only the Buddha's great wisdom, great compassion, great vow, and great power can completely save all sentient beings. However, one can have the Buddha as one's role model and have the great vow to become a Buddha.
Okay, thank you so much. Off the mic, please, Kamling. Please raise hand by Zoom once you finish. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, class. Okay, now we go to the second, the middle stage. Okay, which is considered better than the lower grade. Is the middle grade. For the middle grade, they are aiming to become Sravaka Buddha, or we call it as a Pachaka Buddha. According to the history of Buddhism, the history of Buddhism in Indian, the continent of Indian, is about, I think, 1,400 years, okay, before the extinction. In the quite early, I mean, just after Buddha Parinibbana, about 200 years, 200 to 400 years after Buddha Parinibbana, most of the disciples, they vow to become Sravaka or the Prachaka Buddha. What does that mean? Well, this group of people, they are quite wisdom, and they notice that the suffering and also the joy in the world, both are impermanent. They are quite smart they notice that this thing, you see. Of course, we always talk about that, the world is suffering. The world suffering doesn't mean that everything is bad. Maybe you will try to rebut that. No, we get the joy. Sometimes we eat the food, and sometimes we go to travel. We still enjoy what. But the problem is the joy also for temporary. Okay, is the number one. And second, he noticed that by possess this body. Okay, the body provides us convenience. See, so now we use the body to enjoy our life. We use our body to fulfill our obligation and commitment. Okay, but yet by possess of the body, we got a lot of trouble, especially with the human issue. You see or not? Now everybody got their family. You have a colleague during working. Basically, you will notice that it happens that you will depart from your beloved. And it will happen that you always met your enemy. All right, and then what you wish. What you expect turn out to be, the result for most of the things will be unexpected, you see. And then sometimes what they wish cannot be fulfilled, you see. And besides, by possessing this body, we will the suffering which come from giving birth, okay, aging, death, all you cannot escape. See, even though we use the body, now we are using it, but it seems that all this suffering is always together with us, especially the problem with the human, you see. Recently I take Grabs because my second car is quite bad, according to the workshop. They said preferably you just take Grab, you see. And one thing I noticed that most of the unemployed people, they are all, I can find the Grab, you see. And accidentally, they mentioned to me that they say, by driving the Grab, that they say, even though the economy getting better, they say they won't go back to their job. They prefer the Grab. One thing is that they can get a higher pay to their previous job. And secondly, the most important thing is they say, it's not necessary for me to handle any human issue. Some they claim that the company, maybe the IKEA, just pay them less than $3,000, but they have to handle a lot of human issue. But by just driving the Grab, he say he enjoy for being alone, no need to handle all the human issue. And then if you work hard 8 to 12 hours, you still can get 3,000. If that's the case, why you want to go back to the job? You have to handling so much human issue. So he answered to me, but not only one people, quite a number they answered to me. Or even many people claim that maybe this type of e-healer, they don't have a better prospect, no more promotion, all this. But some they enjoy, It seems that people are quite suffer, to the human relationship problem rather than the job itself. Okay, can I check? Is there anyone really feel quite suffer by handling the human issue problem? Can you put up your hand? even complicated than the job yourself. Okay, one Amanda, Amanda only, then the rest you all okay. Junje, you just face the computer only, so no human issue.
God, I need to handle my my stuff as well.
Which one is more difficult? The job is so difficult, or the human is more difficult? Human issue is more
The human more difficult.
Ah,
Yes, computer I can tell you what to do.
Oh, how about coming? It is
Human issue. No, human issue.
Human issue.
I'm at the front counter, ma.
Yeah. Okay, so all go to join the Grab car. Okay. Why we got all this problem according to Dharma itself? Because you have this body, then you can't avoid all this. So that's why this group of people, after by working harder, they can attain as a Sravaka and Prachaka Buddha, and they understand that actually this body itself is just like a burning house, you see. But we don't realize that. Why? Because without a strong and sharp focus, we are not able to see it. We always feel that the house, it looks quite safe. But of course, scientifically, if you really use the microscope, go to check our body, it seems that our all cell, the cell, is keep on changing. It's just really like a burning house, you see, but we just don't realize it. Besides using the sophisticated scientific equipment, you are able to see the truth. Jhana is other tools we can use to see the truth. Because everybody graduate from meditation for beginner, you understand in the meaning of jhana, right? High concentration, high level of concentration. So for this group of people, they will practice the high level of concentration in order to discover the truth for this body. Once they're able to see this body, I mean, the impermanence of the suffering of the body. So finally, they are able to attain to the Nibbana. Okay, Nibbana is the mental state which is how to say, which is the joy is permanent, the bliss is permanent, and no more reincarnation, and also free from all affliction. So that is the Nibbana, which is the Shakyamuni introduced to the Sravaka and Prachaka Buddha, and they all will experience that, you see. So that's why now if you travel to the Theravada country, especially Thailand, Myanmar, most of them, Sri Lanka, most of them, they prefer to attain as a Sravaka because their teaching is you can date it back to before 1st century, about 200 years ago. 200 years before Christ. See. So at that time, basically most of the Buddha disciples, they hope to become Prachaka Buddha. They understand that this body itself is the cause of all the suffering. So they know in order to tackle the issue, they don't go to look for external force, external factor, but go back to this body. As long as they are able, by using the wisdom, to see through, to discover the truth behind this physical body, and also the mentality and physical of this body, they will be able to realize the Nibbana. So that is quite wonderful. Okay, but anyway, these type of people, why they have been grouped as a middle grade? The reason is they're able to save themselves. They're just like, they're able to save themselves, but basically, they don't try to help many people. So they are considered as second grade people. Because once I realize Nibbana, so I'm free from all the suffering I enjoy. Okay, but how about you all? From the perspective, it's just like a big ship, all your family all together there. So the ship is sinking, you see. Now I'm just swim to the shore for the safe, but I witnessed the whole ship is sinking, and all my family member and friend is sinking at the same time, So they say, but this type of Sravaka and Prachaka Buddha, this is their nature. So they just make sure they are safe. They don't really go to save everybody together. Okay, but who will do this thing? By saving themselves and everybody together. So that is the superior. We are mentioned later, which is the Bodhisattva. Okay, so let's Can Yung Sin? Okay. So before we go through this, let me do a little bit definitions for the terminologies. So let's take a look. You see, the three realm are not safe. What does it mean? The three realm? Let's take a look. This is the three realm. The three realm, or they call as a trilokya. Three, or call it as a three planes. Yes, okay. In Chinese, you can write as a 三界 So 三界 is 欲界、世界、无色界. Okay, so class, this is the three realm. Okay, the world of the desire, the world of the form, and the world of a formlessness. Please copy down. Kama loka, rupa loka, and arupa loka. Please copy down. So this is the meaning of the three realm. So the Śrāvaka Buddha will try to surpass three realm. So we are in the Kamaloka, the world of the desire now. We are all in the world of desire now. Okay, so this is the first terminology. Then second, let's take a look. Okay, so this is the Nibbana. Nibbana is the ultimate stage. Okay, Śrāvaka vehicle. Let's take a look. Śrāvaka. Yes, Śrāvaka basically means hearer. Hearer. Because they attain the Nibbana by hearing to the Dharma. Please copy down hearer. Compared with the Buddha, they are the student and Buddha is the teacher. Okay, hearer, Śrāvaka. Or Yukwa, the translation is so simple, right? Yukwa. In Chinese, Sen Wen looks so difficult, but English just hearer only, right? Okay, so this is Śrāvaka. One more is a Pratyeka Buddha. Pratyeka Buddha, yes. Okay, let's take a look. The definition for Pratyeka Buddha or Pratyeka Buddha means what? It's the Buddha on their own. So meaning to say that they are enlightened by themselves, or a silent Buddha. So you can just write a Buddha on their own. A Buddha on their own. Meaning to say that they are able to enlighten without any teacher, without any teaching. According to Buddhism, there must be the cause and effect. Well, if that's the case, how come Pratyeka Buddha can become Buddha on his own? Why? Sally, can you tell the reason? There must be a reason, right? Oh, Buddhism talk about cause and effect. How come they get enlightened by their own? Why, Sally? No need to check the book, just guess.
Maybe it's because of their karma.
Yeah, past life karma. Yeah, because the past life, okay, maybe in the past life, they are the hearer, okay, they got the teacher. So they learn until the first stage, okay. So in the next life, no more Buddha, but they remember the experience. They remember the experience of the Vipassana. So they reuse their experience and then they get enlightened. So the life, once they're enlightened, no more teacher. So we label them as a Prajaka Buddha. So many things still got cause and effect. It won't happen without any reason. There must be the reason in Buddhism. Okay, so that is the Prajaka Buddha. Okay, so you remember one of the great disciples is the Kashyapa. So Kashyapa, he said, I myself, if let's say without encountering Shakyamuni, I myself will be capable enough to enlighten. Because he is so strong, for Kashyapa. So Kashyapa usually, he is famous for the Tutanga ecstatic practice. And basically in China, most of the Zen school will deem him as the first patriarch, the origin of the Zen. You heard about Zen? Zen? Okay. But usually people, they misuse the word of the Zen. Why? Some students, they come to Erdi, they say, oh, Erdi make me feel like a Zen. Some, the flower looks so beautiful, they say, oh, this is Zen. Right now, they come to your house, oh, the house look a little bit like a Japanese style, they say, oh, that is Zen. Am I right? I think have been misused already. That is not the real meaning of the Zen. Okay. So class, now one extra homework for yourself. Please go to look for the real definition of Zen. It's an extra homework later on you do yourself. Go to check what is the real definition. So next time, don't look for maybe Amanda wear a nice suit purchased from Lazada. Then we say, oh, you look Zen. Don't misuse the word again. Okay, so next, let's take a look. What else terminology we should look further? Okay, now here got one thing. I said we mentioned already. People they're more on helping themselves. Okay, one more point, class. Even though you have intention, you make vow that I want to become Sravaka, but the point is, if let's say you don't really keep your precept, you don't even keep your precept well, you wouldn't become the Sravaka. Why? Even though you make a vow, but your behavior, your precept must be in accordance to the precept. It must be in accordance to your vow. Then it will be fulfilled. Just like previously we mentioned, you wish to next time be born as a human. As a human, we have a requirement. Number one, by observing of adherence of the 5 precepts. Second, a little bit samadhi. If you don't go to adhere the precept, you always break the precept, you can't become human. Same as a Sravaka, you have to practice the 4 Noble Truths and the 8 Noble Paths. But if you don't do this, you're just a little bit precept, you can do well, maybe just not killing 1 precept only. It's not enough for the liberation. Okay. So now we go to the superior one. So how is the superior? Let's take a look. It's a higher grade. While your turn to read. People.
People of the highest grade make this vow. This is Buddhimai, the resolution to attain enlightenment. Buddhahood is the supreme universal enlightenment, which has great enlightenment as its center and includes all rituals. Developing Buddhimai means making a great determination to attain Buddhahood. After one has initiated Buddhimai, practiced the Bodhisattva deeds, and benefited oneself and others, then when one attains perfection and completion, one can become a Buddha. Endowed with great compassion and great wisdom, one can have the ultimate bliss of nirvana. With these goals of attaining Buddhahood and transforming sentient beings, as one's foundation, one vows to practice accordingly. Only in this way can a person be of the highest grade with the highest vow. May all who study Buddhism achieve this goal and practice.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, class, this is the last one, it's the best one. So which is for the Buddhahood. Buddhahood means we say that you yourself seek for enlightenment, but you help other people seek for enlightenment. Okay, it's just like everybody drawn in the river, okay, in the sea. So you try to save yourself, but at the same time, you bring all people together to the soul. So that is we call it Buddhahood, the best, this is the best one. Okay, well, according to the last sentence, the author wished that all Buddhists can attain this goal. Okay, well, anyway, so after the elaboration, so which one you aim for? Okay, so number one is the lower, you wish to reborn as a human or the day one next life. Okay, second as a Sravaka, okay, you liberated. The third one become a Buddhahood. You help others together. Okay, so please, okay, for those who choose number one, you want to become a human next life, put up your hand. Okay, no people. Okay, how about the second one? Can you please put up your hand? You hope for the second one. Okay, Yung Sin, yes, Yung Sin. Yes, okay, for the time being, even though you don't know deeply yet, because okay, how about the third one? Put up your hand. You hope to become the third one. Amanda, Sally, okay, yeah, and Junjie, Junjie, you start to walk already. It's the first lesson. It might be first and last. Then you walk already. Okay, then the rest of the four, oh, they vowed nothing. Yes, Mr. Leong, why do you vow nothing? Mr. Leong, why you don't vote? On the mic, please.
Actually, all is emptiness. Once you achieve that, you already achieved the high. No. I will aim for the Sama Sambuddha.
Okay, so the last one, yeah, why don't you vote?
I think to improve my present life first, and then can make decision later.
Oh, you mean a short term and the number one, but the long term is the last one. Okay, so you choose you choose number 4 you create yourself. I give you choose A, B, C, but you want the D How about Kamling? Why don't you vote?
I was Sarawaka here.
Okay. Plus, it doesn't matter because after study, we make it relate to you. So you just make a simple vow. And anyway, for class, for those who are vow number 2, okay, so you understand detail in the chapter, okay, if you think on number 1 that might not be that bad, actually in next chapter, just next chapter, we'll go deep regard this about number 1. It seems that actually it's quite practical. Many people wish to become human. It's quite fundamental. Next chapter, we'll understand it. Then if you wish about number 2 is chapter number 4, okay? Just after chapter number 3, the chapter number 4, you will understand all the detail. Whereas for the Buddhahood, is the final chapter. It's the, I mean, with the wider scope of the syllabus. Okay. Wow, it's about heavy downpour. Is this happened to you? Wow, the whole sky turned dark. Same, Sally. It's about wow. Yeah, I think it's about to come. A very heavy downpour. Do you need to collect your clothes or not? You're about to finish already, actually. Yeah, okay. So we go to the number 27, the verse number 27. Junjie you read, okay, on the lower level.
27. On the lower level, upper levels can be built, but the higher levels include the lower ones. Because of people's various capacities, the 5 and the 3 vehicles are different. But to return to the ultimate, there is only one great vehicle. Although the Buddha Dharma is divided into lower, middle, and upper, the ultimate goals of each is becoming a Buddha. Thus, they are neither independent nor unrelated. In fact, the relationship among these different levels are those of mutual dependency and mutual inclusiveness, as is shown in the accompanying diagram. The 1 great vehicle, upper, the Dharma common to the 3 vehicle, middle, the Dharma common to the 5 vehicles, lower. In the 3-story pagoda, there is a dependent and inclusive relationship from the bottom story to the top. With the bottom level as the foundation, the middle level can be built, and only with the lower level and the middle levels as the foundations can the top level be built. If one wants to build the top level without constructing the lower and middle level first, one is bound to fail. In the 3 categories of Buddha Dharma, likewise, Dharma of the middle grade is built upon the lower grade, and Dharma of the higher grade is upon the middle. This is similar to what Nagarjuna Bodhisattva says. After having better future life, one can bring forth superior resolution. The superior resolution is the Dharma for ultimate liberation practiced by the middle and higher grades. The sequence of these levels was originally described in the Agama Sutra as the Dharma common to all Buddhas. Deva Bodhisattva also says, first, stop all wrong deeds, then destroy the ego, and finally eliminate all wrong views. Knowing these things, one has gained good skills. Stopping all wrong deeds is the Dharma for the lower people. They are the advice to abandon evil and do good. Destroying the ego is the Dharma for middle people. This emphasizes the emancipation characterized by the non-existence of self. Eliminating all wrong views is the Dharma for higher people. This directs them to stop all elaboration. Only by knowing this proper sequence can one practice the Buddha Dharma skillfully. Therefore, Deva Bodhisattva also said, the Buddha has spoken of this as convenience, like a set of stairs.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sipu.
Okay, class, let's take a look. Just now we mentioned there's a 3 grade of people: lower grade, middle grade, upper grade. Okay, you all of you have chosen which one of the vehicle you wish to. But surprisingly, we discovered that 3 of them are mutually related and inclusive, included. Meaning to say that, okay, for the Dharma common to the 5 vehicle, meaning to say that if you wish to reborn as a human or a Deva, you are at the lower level. This is the fundamental for the middle and the upper. Okay, even though you wish to become the upper, you must have the lower, the Dharma common to the 5 vehicle, because you wish to become a Buddha, but you don't have the fundamental as a human or the Deva. It is impossible for you. To build the 20 story of the building without a foundation. And even though you vow for the middle 3 vehicle, but you must have the fundamental of the 5 for the 5 vehicle, which is the lower level. Okay, so you see, because it seems quite logic. You see, so meaning to say, this is the reason why in the next chapter onward you have to study, understand the 5 vehicle, because a 5 vehicle is the fundamental for become the Stravaka and or become a Buddha. See, it sounds logic lah. I think it's supposed to be like this. Okay. So now we go to the little bit original text terminology. So here, first we heard about the Nagarjuna. So who is the Nagarjuna? Yes, he is a great people, Nagarjuna. So we roughly know her. Nagarjuna. Okay, see, Nagarjuna actor. No. Nagarjuna was an Indian Mahayana Buddhist thinker, thinker, scholar, saint, and philosopher. So Nagarjuna is born about 150. It is CE. As plus it's a Christ era. Am I right, Mr. Leong? CE means the Christ era. Am I right?
Common era.
Common era. Okay, so this
common era.
Common era. Yeah, this is a Nagarjuna. It's very famous figure. If you go to look for the pictures, you basically in the Tibetan Buddhism it appear like that. Not this lah. Who is this fella? Also called Nagarjuna. Quite surprised. Okay, maybe I have to put Buddhism. So this is the Nagarjuna. Yeah, it looks like this. You see, a very famous scholar. During the Mahayana time. Then according to Nagarjuna, after having better future life, one can bring forward to a superior resolution. Okay, he mentioned that. Then they describe in the Agama Sutra also as the Dharma common to all Buddha. You see, Agama Sutra also quite famous. The reason is Agama Sutra is the quite early stage Dharma. Agama Sutra. Let's take a look. Okay, Agama. The term Agama is used to refer to the collection of the discourses of the early Buddhist schools. You see, it's quite early. It's about, I think, it start to be compiled maybe 300 years before Christ. Start 300 years before Christ. It's quite early. Just after Buddha Parinibbana, they start to compile the Agama Sutra already. Okay, so this is one thing regards the Agama Sutra. Then one more is a Deva Bodhisattva say, you have to stop all wrong deeds, then destroy the ego and finally eliminate all wrong will, you see. Knowing this thing, one has gained good skill. Okay, class, can you check for me at the references, number 19, the footnote 19. Amanda, what is it about? 19. Can you check for me? Sally and Amanda, can you check for me? 19. Which one should try to mention?
Sifu, it says EB. I'm not sure.
IBD.
IBID.
IBD. That is the same, right? You check the right thing, right? Same thing.
Yes. Yes.
IBD. IBD mean what? Refer to the above, right? IBD.
Yeah.
So what is the above?
GT.
GT. So what is the GD? Greek treatise, am I right?
Greek treatise.
Greek treatise. So class will always remember Greek treatise is the commentary always have been used here as an original text. Always know that. So Junje, at this level, we will introduce you the original text. You have to learn things more scholastically and authentically. We have a strict definition, a clear definition for many things. Once you go to this level, okay. So let me try to finish a little bit. So once we talk about the second level, it's mean destroying the ego. It's a second level. Eliminating all the wrong view is in the higher level. So class will go in detail in the next chapter regard this. Anyway, I think until now the class for today, we haven't finished this yet. So in the next lesson, we'll try to finish all the second chapter. So for Junje, if you are interested in it, actually in the very beginning, we will mention the attitude to learn the Dharma. You have to avoid what is the right attitude, all right? And then you will secondly, what's the attitude to the Dharma? What's the wrong attitude you shouldn't possess? And then you have to know how precious as a human, all right? And then you know that now you can learn the Dharma is so. It is so lucky, because you are not in the 8th difficulty. So this is the second chapter, which is quite important. If you learn Dharma systematically, basically, especially Tibetan Buddhism, we'll go through step by step, we'll get the whole picture. So meaning to say, before you really go into the Dharma, you should possess all these pre-requirement first, before you really go deep. Okay, so that's the class for today. Okay,